I've seen a lot of people hating on that album cover, and I get it. It is very simple. But personally, I don't really give a shit because this album is fire. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James. No, I am not the singer, not the vocalist, not the crooner, none of that shit. But if you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is a review for Ritz's album, Top of the Line. Now, I've been a fan of Ritz for quite a while now because I like how he mixes those rapid-fire flows with those smooth harmonies, and I've been listening to him since back around 2011 when the first White Jesus mixtape dropped. But when I saw that this shit was 24 tracks long, I'm not gonna lie to you, I got a little bit worried because I just got finished reviewing Drake's recent Snooze Fest, Views, and that shit was 20 tracks long and it had me falling asleep damn near on the first track. But these two are two very different artists, and luckily that is not the case here because in my opinion this is a rare instance of a long album that actually stays consistent all the way through for the most part. I mean, there are a couple slow parts, but I really was feeling this album. Now, as expected, Ritz comes through with some bangers, including on All Night, which is a bassy ode to late nights and debauchery. And there's also the track The Formula with Tech N9ne and Krizz Kaliko. So this one is all about how Strange Music has that formula. They know how to make those hits, and you're going to get a lot of rapid fire flows on this one, and a beat that will just punch your goddamn trunk right in its face. But personally, I always like it when Ritz is on that smooth and wavy type of shit. The song KISA, or Knight in Shining Armor, has Ritz crooning about how he'll be there for his girl no matter what, and what they have is special. There's a song Inside of the Groove with Mike Postner on the hook and E40 on the verse, and this one is basically just your late night cruising, parking lot pimpin' vibe. And the song with Devin the Dude and MJG called Propane is basically on the same type of shit, man. It is very playalistic and very smooth and chilled out. So I like these tracks quite a bit, and there are some great bass lines to be heard, not only on these tracks, but throughout this whole album. So I was really feeling the production, whether he was coming with those bangers or that smooth shit. And I mean, Ritz always has had a great beat selection, at least in my opinion, because even his past albums and mixtapes have had that fire production, and there is nothing here that's different as far as that goes. But as expected, Ritz does get deep on this project. Whether telling the story of how he had to put his dog down on Nostalgia, which is a very deep track and I'm sure that's going to tug at the heartstrings of many pet owners, or doing the song Just Say No, where he goes in about his struggles with substance abuse and how he really is having a hard time with that. And at times he even has his girl watching him on FaceTime when he sleeps just to make sure that he doesn't stop breathing. I thought that track got really deep, and he is no stranger to sharing his pain with us. He has no problem doing that. And I also want to bring up how Just Say No has some of the album's best hook vocals, at least in my opinion. I like the way that the beat drops out and his vocals really cut through. Now there's also the single called My Window, where he's addressing his suicidal thoughts and relating to a fan of his who was going through a really hard time. And I like the feel of this track because it is all about how, you know, it's kind of cliche, but I like it anyway. It's just about how after the rain, the sun will always come up. So you got to be optimistic and try to make it through those hard times. And that is actually something that I've stuck to throughout my life because, you know what? Life is up and down, man. Shit is always going to get bad, but if you can just cling to the good and the positive and stay positive, things are always going to get better. So I like what he was bringing to us on that track right there. But one of the songs on here that really stuck out to me a lot as far as the content goes is Until We Meet Again, because Ritz is just unloading about all the problems in the world, from homophobia to gun violence, racism, school shootings, and all that type of stuff. So I really like how he's bringing these issues to the forefront and letting us know how he feels about them. And I really respect when he goes in about how, as a white MC, he's trying to find his place as someone who speaks out against racial injustice, because he thinks that's very important, and there is a lot of that going on these days, especially in the United States. He brings up how some people think that he should just say nothing because he is white, but I think that's bullshit, and I do appreciate how Ritz wants to bring his points up to the table and let it be known that he feels a certain way about this shit and maybe make a contribution if he can. So shout out to you for that, Ritz. I do respect that. Now on this track, he also goes in about how bold people can be on the internet when they're trolling because they're just anonymous and they don't really have a connection with anyone, so it's so easy to put your bullshit opinions out there. And this is a reoccurring theme on this album as it comes up again on Day of the Dead, and also on the track is That Bitch. So I like how he was addressing this issue because anyone who is in the spotlight is always going to have your fans and also the people who just stick around for whatever reason to talk shit. They come back to your videos all the time, they come to your Facebook page, your Twitter, etc., etc. Anyone who is doing shit out there on the internet knows how annoying that can get from time to time. No matter how secure you are in what you do and how far you've come, I mean, look at Ritz, he's doing very well for himself. It's just always annoying to have those people putting in their bullshit opinions and saying some shit that doesn't matter or doesn't make sense, man. I know I get some comments sometimes that don't make any sense, like it's clear they didn't watch the video and they're not paying attention to what was said. So I'm with you on that, Ritz. Sometimes these people on the internet be bullshitting. So do I think this album could be a little bit better if maybe a couple tracks were trimmed off? Yeah, probably, but I still think this shit is some damn fire, and there are only a couple songs on here that I didn't really vibe with, including MVP, which does have some nice bars, but I just found the production to be kind of stale on that one. And Stars Align just pales in comparison to some of the hotter tracks on this album. So those were the two that really stuck out to me as far as songs that I didn't enjoy. But overall, I give this one a 4 out of 5, man. Ritz's flows are just so damn crisp. I love how he spits very fast, but I can still make out everything he's saying. He has great production. He comes through with some nice, thought-provoking content, as well as some fun shit to ride out to or bang at a party or in the club. So, as usual, this is a very well-balanced album from Ritz, just like he's been doing throughout his career. So, I think a 4 out of 5 here is fair. I'm going to be killing this one over the next couple of months, and I can't wait for the next Ritz project. I mean, I don't want to say that already because I'm going to be bumping this one and enjoying this for quite a while, but I'm just saying, you know, I always got love for Ritz, and I love to hear more from him. And I don't think he's going to go anywhere, because like he says on Ghost Story, man, the competition is ghost to him, and he is not here for the fashion shows and that type of rap that doesn't bring anything interesting or thought-provoking to the table. So I know Ritz is going to stick around and come through with more fire in the future, but for now, we get to enjoy this one, and I'm glad we got it. So thank you for watching my channel, you guys. Thanks for watching this video in particular. Make sure you share it, retweet it, you know, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. And I'm going to see you guys next time, man. I got all kinds of videos in the works, including Skepta coming up this week. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.